Hello and welcome back to another video working on the K24 FRS again. The last video I was cutting up the back end. Today I'm cutting up the front end, so I'm gonna chop into my hood this video. And today I'm installing hood pins. I got these Aerocatch hood latches. Gonna go here and here. And the reason I'm installing these, I'm not even a huge fan of hood pins because this is an extra step you gotta do every time you wanna open your hood. But the reason I'm doing it is since my accident, I can't get the hood on this side to lay flat flush with the fender. The fender's probably bowed out, is my guessing. You can see a little better, see how high it is. So the idea is to put a hood pin here to hold it down, and we'll bring it a lot flusher. So it is kind of a cosmetic thing. But while I'm in there cutting my hood, I'm gonna do my hood vents as well. I got another set of these Tracspec hood louvers. I like these a lot. This is my second set of them. That's my original set. Well, one of them. Obviously can't reuse that one. So I bought another pair. I've already made a video for those hood louvers. So if you want a step-by-step guide on how to install those, I'll put it in a link up here in this little tab thingy. This video I won't go step on step on it, but I will go step by step on the Aerocatch hood pins. So stick around for that. First thing for the hood pins I'm going to do is find a suitable location to mount the actual pins. And most people will put it in this rail, in your little headlight rail here. And there's already a hole right here. And that's where I'm going to put my pins with a hole. I am going to have to make it bigger for that to fit in there. But it's already in a pretty good location. But the opposite side, I don't have a hole though. So I'm going to have to do some measuring and figure out the exact same spot on this side. And it is over here, which should be that one. Okay, I got my two holes drilled out. Keep in mind your headlight is down there, so you don't want to go too deep with your drill bit and drill into your headlight housing. Put a big hole in those. Speaking of that, is since the housing though, this doesn't go all the way down, so I am gonna have to trim this at some point. I'm not gonna do it yet because I don't know how long I needed this to be yet. I need to see how much of it goes through the hood and what sits and everything before I make that cut. So the plan is to kind of temporarily bolt these down so I know where they're at. And I'm going to use those to mark the bottom of the hood so I know where these are going to stick out. Okay, I'm talking to you from the future. Don't do what I did and leave the shank or the pin super long. The issue I had is the longer it is, the less accurate it's going to be your mark is going to be where the pin goes through your hood. So the shorter the pin, more accurate it's going to be. So go ahead and cut off about 2 1/8 to 2 1/4 inch off your pin, and that should be plenty enough to be in the ballpark range and where you can have plenty of adjustment up and down. But back to the pins. Okay, I got my pins temporarily in and tightened. You might have to bend the middle a little bit to kind of make sure you get that pin as straight up and center as possible. You want them to match. And luckily this metal is pretty pliable, it's easy to bend. To kind of get it where you want it. After that, I put tape around the area the pin's going to go through. And I took some grease and put it on the tip, just the tip.
That's what she said.
Of my pins. That way when I close the hood, it's going to put a mark on that tape where I need a drill. That way those pins are completely lined up going through the hood. No, very little guessing work though. So look, I got a mark there, and a mark there. Now I can drill those two out. Okay, I got my 2 holes drilled up through the hood. Granted, it's not completely lined up with my pins due to the hood being at a slight angle and me not going up at the right angle. Missed a little bit, was not a huge big deal since I'm going to have to cut it out for this anyway. As long as I know where the pin is before I mark it, that way I can line it up with the clamp or whatever this thing's called. Okay, I got my hood marked on top. Use the backing plate as a template. You just have to make sure you get it in the right spot of where the pin's going to come through at. That's why I also use the other end. You're going to cut on the center line, not the outside line. Okay, I took the hood off the car, make it a little bit easier to cut it. Also doing all my measurements for my hood louvers. A lot of double, triple, 4-time measuring. So we only have to cut it once. Okay, I got my 2 holes made. It fits in pretty easily. I tried a few different methods. First I tried the cutting wheel on the Dremel, didn't really care much for it. That one, it wasn't quite long enough, so it would beat the bottom, the inner layer of the hood and just beat it to death. That one worked the best, but if you use that one, put a lot of tape. You notice in this one, I double layered the tape because it does beat the hell out of the hood and will scratch it up. So definitely tape it up if you're using one of those. But now I need to flip it over and cut the back side, the underside. Got the bottom hole cut out larger and cleaned up. That way my backing plate will sit in there. Next I gotta flip it back over so I can drill these holes out. So I can sandwich these two together. Next, of course, I just have to screw these two pieces together. That goes in there. Of course, that goes back in there. Got both of these bolted down. And they work. But before I put the hood back on the car, I gotta make two massive holes in the hood and do my hood louvers. Okay, the hood is back on the car. Vents look good. Hood pins look pretty good. Now I gotta figure out the length for these. So I'm going to take those back out and chop them down so the hood would fit all the way down. Okay, I got my pins in and situated and locked down. Got them tight and oriented in the direction I need them. I did have to fight with that one a little bit. Had to essentially drill the hole out bigger and push it back that way for it to hit my hole straighter. Also, while I was in here, I had to cut into my new louvers as it touches my intake right here. So I had to chop it down a little bit. Let's see what it looks like with the hood closed. That's locked. It's locked pretty easy. I mean, it's not perfect, but it is a little lower than it used to be. It's a little bit better lined up. Doesn't help my super big gap, fender gap. It's pretty terrible. But at least the hood is a little bit lower with the fenders now. As you can tell, black cars are the worst. Like, the hood's like that Java black color, so it's different from the fenders. And you can tell every time I touch it, it leaves a print. You can tell where I've been. So I'm constantly have to clean it, which thing's nasty, have metal shavings all over the place. So I need to take it outside and give it a bath. Hey, so the car is done. I got it all washed off so it's clean again. Probably dirty again tomorrow. That's the way it is. The hood feels a lot sturdier, a lot more secured. Doesn't feel like it's gonna pop up. Because before, I'd be driving on the highway and this would rise up a little bit, and I don't like that at all. That hood pins is going to give me a little bit better peace of mind for that. The car is slowly starting to look like the way it used to. I still need to wrap my headlights, so I need to get some yellow wrap and rewrap those. The front basketball, I just got a notification for it. It's being shipped this week, which means once I get that, I can start working on the front splitter and getting that done. But yeah, there's a lot of cutting and chopping in this video, which I seem to enjoy. I find myself doing it a lot. But I hope you enjoyed this video and come back for the next one. I will be doing more stuff to this car, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you next time. Peace.